I'm Tony Jones. Welcome to my home away from home here on the set of Lateline. Well, like many shows on TV, Lateline's always been filmed in front of a live studio audience. But unlike other shows, you very rarely hear them. There have been exceptions, of course. My recent interview with Prime Minister Gillard was barely audible since the audience was full of football fans who'd just come from the World Cup.
We can't even get to talk to him.
What Kevin has said and what Peter has said is that the...
It was the more unfortunate time when the audience turned ugly during an interview with Paul Keating.
Well, it has and it hasn't. I think the public are quite wise about the economy and government.
But by and large, the audience is quiet as a mouse, a little too quiet. So as Lateline gears up to cover the federal election, we thought we should take a leaf out of shows like Letterman and hire one of those warm-up guys to gee up the crowd each night. And who better, I thought, than the one group of people who are completely unemployed and available. Ladies and gentlemen, The Chaser.
Thank you very much.
Great to have you in. It's great for us to be back at the ABC. It's great for us to be working with Tony Jones on Lateline. We never realised until we took on this warm-up gig a few things about Tony Jones. We've kind of learned a little bit about you.
We have indeed, actually. Yeah, can we come over here, have a look at this? Here's Tony Jones's auto cue. Look at this. I'll take that as a comment. That's the only thing he needs on his auto cue to get through a whole Lateline.
And look at this behind his desk. Tony Jones in real life, just like Julie Gillard, is a ranger. He's an absolute redhead, but he has silver hair dye to get that silver fox look. We know your secret.
Yeah, exactly. Tony also hears very big with the groupies, people. I tell you what, have a look at the front row of the audience over here. It's the Silver Foxy Ladies. Oh, yes. Most likely Tony's doing it. And look at this one over here. This one, you could take me as a comment, hey, Tony. This is normal for you, is it?
Totally normal. Thanks, Artie June. Thank you very much.
Well, look, you better get into makeup,
Yeah.
Tony. 25 minutes and you'll be seeing Tony live back on the set of Lateline here. Please give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's get straight into it now with our campaign roundup.
Yes, thanks, Andrew. And week one has already given us the first real casualty of the election. The Liberal candidate for Chifley, David Barker, was given the boot after posting anti-Muslim sentiments on his Facebook page.
Yeah, this is a big blow for the Libs because Barker was their real glamour candidate.
He was.
Just take a look at him there. I reckon his chin alone could have stopped the boats.
In fact, it's actually worth having a look at Barker's Facebook page, though, because, you know, he says he's not racist, but I noticed on his wall it actually says he's a friend of Mel Gibson, so I'm not sure about that. But best of all, check this further down. David took the quiz, which Star Wars character are you? And the answer, unsurprisingly, Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah. And Andrew, he might just get you to update the scoreboard there.
Yes, I believe that's two gratuitous fat jokes.
We're off and running. Excellent.
We're on the board.
Yeah, look, we should just make the point, though, that we're not saying that Barker is fat and ugly. We're saying that Barker is a fat and ugly bigot. Very different.
Nuance. Elsewhere, we had the first and hopefully the last of the great debates last Sunday, and it was a pretty bloody boring, wasn't it?
It was so dull that if you go to nightclubs now, people are actually slipping the debate into people's drinks just to make them pass.
Yeah. Well, look, I mean, even the moderator, David Spears, looked completely bored. In fact, I actually noticed that he sent a live tweet during the Channel 9 telecast wondering if MasterChef had started yet.
Yeah, well, look, live tweeting is all the rage right now, and we're doing it on this show as well.
Yep.
And it certainly livened up the debate a bit, I think, especially when Kevin Rudd got involved.
Yeah, and of course
I like Kevin's tweet.
It was a good tweet. Plus, I think it was on point. So, but of course, the other big attempt this year to jazz up the debate was having the two worms divided by gender, which I thought made for a pretty busy screen at
It
times.
could get very crowded, but I tell you what, if you thought Seven's screen was crowded, you should have had a look at SBS because they divided their worm into nationalities.
No.
And you could barely see a bloody thing. I mean, I didn't see Abbott's face all night.
Look, out on the hustings, though, it's been quite fun to see Tony Abbott copping some stick about his budgie smugglers, mostly from Labor Party hacks the whole time.
I'm sorry, can we just stop that for a second? I mean, what the hell is going on with that stunt? What kind of dickhead thinks dancing around your red Speedos is even remotely funny?
Mr. Devlin? Sorry, I'm not Peter Devlin, he's over there.
I'll take that as a comment. Tony's real bugbear so far, though, has been work choices.
Yes.
He just can't shake it, no matter how often he says dead, buried, cremated. It plagues him the whole time.
Actually, you know, when he said that thing, dead, buried, cremated, a lot of people pointed out you'd never actually bury and then cremate someone. Would you? I mean, you wouldn't think so. But no. If you look carefully at the archives of Sir Robert Menzies' funeral, that is actually the way that the Libs have been doing things for many years.
That's a very liberal way.
Oh, look at that.
Burning cross at a Liberal funeral.
Well, look, the thing about work choices is that if you read Abbott's book, Battle Lines, I don't recommend you do, by the way, there's this whole section headed Work Choices Wasn't All Bad, which isn't really consistent with his current policy, is it?
No. The whole book is littered with things that Abbott's since turned his back on. So I thought it might be time to put out an updated election edition.
Hey, you're back.
I'm trying to help you out.
Back. Fantastic. Good to see you.
An election version of Battle Lines. This chapter, Work Choices Wasn't All Bad.
There will be an election version of Battle Lines.
Really?
And I want you to buy it.
Are we going to take this one out? Work Choices Wasn't All Bad. We'll get rid of that.
I want you to buy it.
This bit about work choice has been a remarkable success. Let's get rid of that. Do you want to burn it? And just quietly tell you, this bit's not playing very well with the ladies. Get rid of that too. This bit's boring.
I reckon that would have been more satirical if you did it in red Speedos, Craig.
Probably, yeah. But look, guys, for me, the big policy blunder of the week came from Julia Gillard with this plan of hers to have a citizens' assembly of 150 randomly selected people to work out the country's climate change policy.
I know. And now, she unveiled this last Friday, and a few minutes into her speech, there was a security breach when a crazed Kevin Rudd tried to rush the stage.
Oh, look at him.
Yeah,
He's not happy.
I want leadership back!
You know what? I actually think the ALP now wishes that security hadn't grabbed that guy because he might actually have stopped Gillard from making what was one of the stupidest speeches I have ever heard. In case you missed it, I've boiled it down to 2 essential quotes.
That the price of inaction is too high a price for our country to pay. So I will not rush headlong into economy-wide changes that people are not familiar with.
Right, so in summary, we can't afford inaction, but we won't act.
Exactly.
What I love about the Citizens' Assembly, it seems like because of this, the climate experts are just going to be ignored and basically replaced by random people from the public. So you've got guys like Tim Flannery basically out of a job now. Did you see him this week? He's doing it very tough, the poor guy. We'll explain global warming for... my heart goes out to you, Tim.
Hang on. Why don't we give the Citizens' Assembly a go? We've got about 150 people here, right?
Yeah.
So why don't we make our own Citizens' Assembly, see how it works out. What do we think of Julia Gillard's climate policy?
It's shit! Oh, community consensus at work, ladies and gentlemen. Give yourselves a clap.
Community consensus!
If you thought that our Angry Angus burger was angry, then just wait till you taste the anger in our all-new Angry Kevin burger. This is one seriously pissed-off burger. You get one major beef topped off with bile, spilt blood, and then lovingly wrapped up by the factional leaders. The Angry Kevin burger, it's not just angry, it's fucking furious.
The burgers are better at Hungry Hacks. Have you lost your way? Then get the all-new Julia Gillard GPS to get you moving in the right direction.
Move forward, move forward, move forward.
You'll never look back again.
Move forward, move forward, move forward.
And you'll certainly never veer left.
Move forward, move forward.
Oh no, Gay's getting married.
The new Julia Gillard GPS, helping you move forward and maybe slightly to the right.
Move forward.
It's a great product, that. I like it. I'm actually sorry that Gillard's easing off on the whole moving forward repetition. I never get sick of hearing it. I love it. And I think of the 800 or so we've heard her say, I think this is still the best one.
And of course, I look forward to moving forward with you, moving forward together.
It's a haiku, isn't it? It's
rolled off the tongue.
Did you see the latest today on this? Gillard's become so obsessed with moving forward that she's now made it illegal for any Australians to move in a backwards direction. So if anyone, for instance, tries to reverse park their car now, you can be pretty sure the feds will be onto you in no time.
Oh, look, they're very strict on it.
They take it seriously.
No, they do. In fact, it's the same deal for anybody who's caught doing backstroke at their local pool.
Draconian.
The experts all agree Australians affected by mental health deserve a much better deal. But only the Liberal Party truly understands the scope of the crisis. Because only the Liberal Party is surrounded day in, day out by the mentally deranged. From the outright senile and insane to patients prone to irrational outbursts or delusions of grandeur. That's why we've committed $1.5 billion to mental health services, just for our front bench alone. The Liberal Party. We don't just care about mental illness, we invented it.
It's been 3 years since I had any work, so thank God the election's finally here.
Well, we've talked a lot about Julia Gillard already, but one of the other compelling female figures in the race is the Liberal Party's deputy leader, Julie Bishop.
I love Julie Bishop. I mean, of the two women called Bishop in the Liberal Party, she is my favourite. And plus, she's got that wonderful death stare that she does, doesn't she?
Oh, yes, here she is. Look at that, giving those eyeballs a good workout. It's amazing, isn't it? She's one of the best starers in the business, Andrew.
She's one of the best. And look, in a Yes We Canberra exclusive, we are very lucky to have with us tonight the woman herself. Please give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Julie Bishop!
Thank you for coming on. Thank you so much. Nobody look her in the eye, OK? No, look, do people always ask you to stare? Do they come up to you and go, can you just stare at me for a while, Julie?
Yeah, well, that has happened to me, but not recently because, of course, it's been classified by ASIO and I'm pretty restricted on what I can stare at now, so...
It's the main weapon we have, isn't it?
It is. It's really just now for self-defence, so I thought I'd save it for Tony Jones and Lateline.
Yeah, exactly. Fair enough. All right, now, what we thought we'd do, just to see how good at staring you really are, we thought we'd have a bit of a stare-off. OK, are you up for that? Was it all right?
Yeah, sure, a stare-off.
Well, fantastic. All right, well, now, we want you to take a seat.
Take a seat, come over here, Julie. This is the staring seat.
Is this kind of going to be like a new format for the leaders' debate?
Yeah, it is. It could be.
Okay,
Probably
exactly.
be 1,000 times more interesting. All right, now we're going to pit you up against a very special person. We're going to pit you up against Chaz in a stare-out contest to see who can go the longest without blinking.
Ready for you, Bishop? That's right. You ready? Shazzy, you're the best we have. Are you ready for this?
This is it.
You sure?
Are you serious? This is it.
You are about to become the deputy again, Bishop.
All right, OK.
Still.
Enough trash talk. Enough trash talk.
Okay.
Now, the rules are very simple. The first person to blink is the loser. OK? Are you both
Are you ready for
ready
this?
to begin? On the count of 3.
Okay, hang on. All right, okay, hang on. Let me start.
1,
Hang on.
Oh, Jesus.
2, 3.
Viewers should not try this at home.
She is bloody good. Too powerful.
Ladies and gentlemen, the queen of staring has done it again. Give it up for Julie Bishop.
No, there's another step. Julie, don't get too cocky, OK? Chaz was a pushover, but now you go head-to-head with one of the true staring greats.
Now, let's find out who it's going to be as we welcome to the stare-off arena somebody who, in all his years of existence, has never once blinked. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Gerald the Gnome.
Hang on a minute. what training has he had? I mean, where did he learn to stare?
Well, Ireland, I
Come on.
assume.
This is all that's evident.
I'll limber up a bit.
It's a big one, Julie. Are
I'm
you
ready.
all right with this? It's the ultimate stare-off.
Okay, don't you... Sorry?
Don't start early, Gerald. You're
I can
peaking early there, Gerald.
Can you see that? Can you see that? He's just trying to mess with my mind. Well, I'm sorry, Gerald.
I'm scared. This is not a psychological test. This is just a stare-off, okay? It's
Okay, just a stare off. I can do this. I can do this.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, stare!
Coming up on Lateline, the new psychiatric disorder that's plaguing Australia.
For people to say they're anxious about border security doesn't make them intolerant. It certainly doesn't make them a racist.
Border security anxiety.
All day, think about it. Border security. Oh my God, border security. Border security. Oh my God, border security. I'm not racist, by the way. Border security.
Plus, could we be facing the outbreak of yet another clinical anxiety?
I'm not homophobic. I'm just anxious about anal security. Anal security. Oh my God, anal security. Anal security. Anal security.
Not bigoted, just anxious. A special Lateline report. Tonight at 10:15 on ABC One.
Anal security.
It's time now to take a look at how this election is unfolding online. And this week we thought we'd take a look at how politicians are using Twitter during the campaign.
Yeah, a lot of pollies have Twitter accounts these days. It's become a really effective way for them to build a huge following. Like, for instance, Kevin Rudd has almost 1 million followers. Julie Gillard, she's gotten over 30,000 in a month. And then there's the big one. Nationals Senator John Williams is wielding a lot of influence with his 33 followers.
Well, that's a strong support base.
Yeah.
That is good. But, of course, different pollies use Twitter in different ways. Some use it to promote policy. Some use it to rip off Will Anderson's gags when they go on Q&A.
Somebody said to me the other day that they were in their lounge room and every time Julia said moving forward, they took a step forward till they ended up out in the street in their pyjamas. I mean, it's just crazy.
And then there are those like the Minister for Sustainable Population, Tony Burke, who just don't seem to know how to use it at all.
Yes, HNBBHBH. I think he's tweeting in code. But Tony got the hang of it eventually. In fact, these days he's quite the savvy tweeter.
Oh, yeah, and he's very regular too, isn't he?
Very regular. He knows that Twitter is vital for sharing important information with the people, such as walking back to my unit from Parliament House. Hold the front page, Tony, but then he followed up with another beauty when he told us he was walking into Parliament for a morning interviews. That's a 1-2 punch, Chris.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating stuff. His Twitter feed's basically a summary of everywhere he walks. And his followers love it, don't they? They can't get enough walking updates. And now that everyone's hooked, the people are demanding more instalments.
Tony!
What's going on?
Hang on, mate. You've just taken 12 steps and you haven't tweeted a thing. You get the phone out. You just took, what, how many, 20 steps? Tweet it now.
12 steps. Can they be steps with the chaser?
People just want to know, whatever you're doing, tweet about the fact you're tweeting. People want to know this.
Faster, Tony.
I'm saying we're taking steps.
This is gold, mate. These are rivers of gold.
What are you wearing? What's the condition of the footpath like? It's riveting information.
I want to know.
Bad stepping there.
But that's something you can tweet about. Look, that's interesting.
It's a twit pic, Tony. Twit pic right now.
This is the Minister for Sustainable Tweeting.
Now, one of the other keen tweeters out there is Liberal MP Bob Baldwin. Like Tony, he was a little bit of a slow starter.
He was. Look, just you, then TY. I love that TY. He can't even type the word type.
But once he picked it up, he got, for mine, he got a little too candid.
It reveals a lot,
He
doesn't
does.
it?
For instance, if this is the line, tweeting about your testicles is over the line.
Here he is. Update on brass monkeys. Declared sterile overnight as a result of the frost.
Too much information. But other people give away information without even knowing they're doing it. Like, what does it tell us about Julia Gillard that one of the people she's following is Pekka Products, which is, wait for it, a hens night supply company.
Ooh.
Got anything you want to tell us, Julia?
And then it gets even better though, Chaz. Gillard's also following Bring UFC to Oz. Now, UFC. Apparently they're these people.
That's very Gillard. I think that's actually took down Rudd, actually.
Then my favourite one of all, and this is absolutely true, Gillard is following Emperor Minge. I wish David Spears had raised that in the debate.
But at the end of the day, Twitter is mostly about breaking news, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
And no
Being
one...
first.
Being first with the news. And no one is more up to speed with the news than number one newsbreaker, Greens Senator Christine Milne.
Oh, yeah. Whenever big news breaks, you can count on Milne for an instant tweet that sums up the gravity of the moment. For instance, on the day of that dramatic Labor leadership spill, Christine Milne leapt onto Twitter to write, "Just planted the beginnings of a chamomile lawn. It's in my gardening blog."
Yeah, forget Glenn Milne, because just 2 hours after the ABC announced an election was about to be called, only Christine Milne wrote, "Beautiful orchids and maiden hair ferns at the Tasmanian Botanical Gardens." And finally, if that's not good enough, on the day Labor struck their breakthrough deal over the mining tax, newshound Milne summarised the political implications perfectly. "My soon-to-be-built water feature is taking shape."
That's cynical. No, don't laugh. That's cynical, Chad. That was a big story. Everyone was covering that. Didn't you see the 7:30 report that night?
Welcome to the program, and barely 1 week into her Prime Ministership, Julia Gillard has struck a breakthrough deal over the government's controversial mining tax. More on that later, but first, today's top story. Greens Senator Christine Milne's soon-to-be-built water feature is believed to be finally taking shape.
Big news!
I stand corrected.
Get some news values.
Okay, I'm wrong. Christine Milne's garden is obviously very big news. But I did notice, when she was on Q&A on Monday, the audience were very quiet about her garden.
Garden-free zone. I didn't hear anything.
Not a single question. What is wrong with them? Because a lot of political junkies out there are demanding answers. Senator Milne.
Hello.
You swore recently that you've just planted the beginnings of a chamomile lawn. How is that lawn proceeding, and what sort of timeline can you actually expect the lawn to be finished by?
Look, it's fantastic. It's one plant.
Why has it been so long since you updated your Twitter about your chamomile lawn? The Australians demand answers about your lawn.
The Australians at home who are wanting to know about my chamomile lawn should go straight to my gardening blog.
You're filibustering, Senator. I have a follow-up, Senator. Can we expect a tweet on this issue in the next few days, Senator?
I assure you there will be a tweet in 24 hours.
About your water feature?
About my water feature.
And about your chamomile lawn?
And about my chamomile lawn. And about my possums, and about the broccoli, and about the wattle flowering.
The possums, all of them?
All of these things I can tweet about.
Well, Senator, on the important matter of your maidenhair ferns.
Now, it's the issue that won't go away, isn't it? Tony Abbott's struggle to win over female voters.
Yeah, well, the gender gap's just a big problem for the Libs. I mean, they've actually finally found one woman who doesn't mind Tony Abbott.
And his mother likes him as well.
Although, sadly, even Tony's mum rates Julia Gillard higher in the preferred Prime Minister state, so...
I think Tony Abbott has a much broader gender problem. He's a lot of trouble deciding who's a man and who's a woman.
As a woman, I want to be judged on my competence.
He's an incredibly confused man. Even on the hustings, he can't tell the two sexes apart.
And what's this young fella's name?
Michelle, how are you, darling? Michelle, I mean, it's hopeless. He's almost a lost cause, you know, but I notice, I don't know if you've seen, the Libs have now decided the only chance Abbott has of pulling that female vote is to make a campaign ad starring the one person guaranteed to drive the ladies wild. I refer, of course, to Justin Bieber.
are the precious gift. Don't give that away. You may think you own your body, little lady, but you gotta get permission from a priest on your wedding day.
So he wins this election, then you must throw away your contraception. He may be liberal, that's just his flavor, but he wants every Aussie girl to be in labor, 'cause Tony likes babies, babies, babies. Tony likes ladies, ladies, ladies. He's got one who's crazy, crazy, crazy. Yeah, Tony loves all ladies except for this one.
It is back, the Mal Award. Look, it's become a bit of a election tradition with the Chaser now. It's awarded for the greatest gaffes, stuff-ups and debacles on the campaign trail.
And for those of you not familiar with the Mal Awards history, it's named after the legendary rugby league player turned coach Mal Meninga, who ran for office in 2001 and still actually holds the world record for the shortest political career in history.
Yeah.
Let's relive all glorious 28 seconds of it at once again.
Why are you standing? A number of reasons. I guess throughout my sporting career, I've had the urge to do community work, and I think I've really worked hard on that aspect. My 16 years in Canberra, and the thing about that is that I was, I guess, a public figure, and I was put on on the podium where I was just a person out there, making sure that I was. I'm bugging it.
That's all right. I never get sick of saying that.
Well, it's better than Rudd's speech when he had
I think even the Libs would have preferred to endorse Mal Meninga than the guy they did eventually and bizarrely put in Chifley.
Yes, exactly. Look at him there. He looks like something Diane Fossey would study, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
four.
I think that's another one. Straight up there.
Yeah, David Barker, he's a right-wing Christian who the Libs had to sack after he made anti-Muslim comments on his Facebook page, and then in every subsequent interview after that.
Oh,
as
yeah,
well.
he gives great quote, this guy. He actually said, "When I get in, I will give my votes, all of them, to God, who is on the side of the Liberal right."
So, a very worthy winner of our first Mal for campaign 2010. Let's see if he's willing to take it.
Hello, David.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
Here you go, look. You know how you said God wouldn't have got you to run for this election if you weren't going to win? Well, you've won the Mal Award. This is a great honour for political competence on the campaign trail, and your campaign was almost as short as Mal Meninga's, so well done.
Actually, I'm going to be announcing that I will still be continuing with the campaign.
With the campaign?
But not with the Liberal Party.
Will Tony Abbott still be the mouthpiece of God? Because that was a fantastic way to ruin the reputation of God and Tony Abbott. An exclusive here on Yes We Canberra, the winner of the Mal will be contesting this election. Thanks, David.
I'm very glad to see the Mal back, and good work on that, Mal, Rui. I reckon that'll shit Tony Jones. You got a scoop there.
Scoop, exactly.
Sorry, Rob, guys. Apparently, there's less than a minute to go before the main event, Late Line. So, lots of Angie, guys. And we welcome back to the desk the host of the show, Tony Jones!
Come on in, Tony. Grab a seat. All the hair looks good.
You are in for a treat. Big show tonight. Talk about guest Andrew Robb on the show. Who else? Chris Bowen. And there has been an amendment. Sadly, Penny Wong had to cancel because she's attending an anti-gay rally. But otherwise, huge show. Let's have some big energy for Tony Jones.
Have a great show, Tony. Good luck. And we'll catch you next time on Yes We Canberra.